What's up, gamers? This is That PlayStation Gamer. I'm going to talk to you guys today about the Last of Us factions multiplayer project and what Naughty Dog can learn from 343 slash Halo Infinite. Now, I want to give my quick little summary of what I mean by this. Basically put it, Halo Infinite is in a very bad place right now. It's to the point that I'm seeing people drop this game. Mostly people who are dedicated Halo channels are just like, we don't know what to cover anymore. Like, there's nothing here. There's like, we have everything, so we don't care anymore. Just like, we're just gonna move on to the next thing. We'll go back to doing Fortnite. We'll go back to doing Apex Legends. So one of the first things I want to bring up, of course, is this here. That's right, post-launch content. Now, this is actually very vital for any live service or just multiplayer game, if we're being honest here. And I'm showing you an example here at the king of post-content launch, known as Fortnite. Like, I know Fortnite gets a bad rep, but let's be real here. People play Fortnite for a reason. They play for the skins, they play for the story. We'll talk about that a bit too. But people go back to Fortnite. They go back and play Fortnite because they are generally interested in the stuff that Fortnite does. And Halo Infinite hasn't had this content. Hell, even Naughty Dog themselves have had a game where they had post-launch content. Anyone remember Uncharted 4's multiplayer? It was actually pretty good too. It's actually a solid foundation for a multiplayer mode. And hell, even Uncharted 2 and 3, I believe, had a multiplayer mode that had post-launch content. So Naughty Dog doesn't really have to worry much about having post-launch content because they've done it. I just want to emphasize they need to have stuff that kind of keeps players coming back. So maybe a battle pass, maybe seasons, all that kind of stuff actually would keep people coming back. And I don't doubt that's something they're going to think about in the future. But the next thing is very vital too, and that of course is, knew I had to bring this up. Halo Infinite has had a consistent problem with listening to its fans, listening to about fixing problems, and Naughty Dog just needs to simply fix the problems the fans point out. Stuff like XP, we'll just say there's theoretical XP system in here. XP exploits, bug problems, constant game crashes, frame rate drops that are like borderline unacceptable, stuff like that. Technical problems that just need to be worked out. Hell, Halo Infinite's having a problem right now with desync issues simply because people are using melee. And I can tell you from experience that does happen. So Naughty Dog just needs to learn, hey, fix the problems that the fans point out. Because if the fans are going to keep complaining about something, guess what happens? The fans just say, you know what, they're not listening. This is killing the game for me. I'm just going to bail out and go do something else. Again, the whole point is you need to keep the player base engaged to what they're playing. And listen, you don't have to be playing it like all day, every day, but like once a week, you need to get that player back into the game. So maybe, yeah, again, go to that post-launch content, but it also helps if you listen to the player base and fix problems, schedule, down maintenance times. Yeah, again, like Fortnite does. I know people don't like that idea that, hey, we don't like downtime for our multiplayer games, but sometimes you just need to have the server shut down for a bit, fix the problems you know are there, problems you keep hearing that are there, and then you make your fans a little happier. Plus, it gives, vital time for their developers to actually work on the problems and maybe plant future ideas, just saying, like a certain night game does. But the next thing I think is very important, and this is where I think a lot of people might not understand what I'm saying here, but hear me out on this. That, of course, is, that's right, some kind of story and live events. I think these are actually really cool ideas that Fortnite did, and I want to see Naughty Dog do, because we all know Naughty Dog for their storytelling, right? Naughty Dog's supposedly like one of the best at it, in my personal opinion, they are. So what you actually had here is actually kind of a good idea, potential base for the multiplayer project we're talking about, and that of course was survivors. Basically, you had to have a certain amount of survivors after you did your matches, your supply race, survivors, interrogation. You would actually collect supplies and you keep survivors alive. And the more supplies you had, more survivors you would gain, and you would unlock bonus rewards like helmets and hats and emblems, stuff like that. I think that was really cool, and I kind of want to see that come back, but really expand upon it. Maybe have it where they have the survivors are characters, and they'll each like have like a challenge, but like if you complete that challenge, they'll help you unlock a certain reward, or they're just like a tier, or I don't know. There's just a lot you could do, and having a story really helps because it keeps people engaged. And I think this would be a really cool thing to have, especially since not a lot of live service games slash multiplayer games really have a story. Every once in a while, you'll get one that tries to tell a story, but because they have to, basically reset, reset, and you have to go around killing people, they really can't have a story that, really impacts people. But I think with the Last of Us IP, there's something really here. I think if, for example, you were the Fireflies or Survivors or the government, you could actually see a story play out from one side. Then when you're done with that certain quest, or you want to switch sides, you can see the other side of things. What you did on the government team actually impacted you. Like, I don't know, there's just a lot you could do with it. Honestly, I think that'd be really cool to have. You combine Naughty Dog's storytelling, storytelling, freaking teams with the gameplay of the multiplayer. I think you have something really cool here. And hell, I don't know, maybe make it where there's like a HUD where everyone gathers and you interact with people, or you could meet up with your clanmates or whatever. Just have something to really tell a story instead of just a mindless multiplayer that just basically all you're doing is the multiplayer matches and there's nothing meaningful to it outside of you unlock the new cosmetics. So there you go. But that's my thoughts on what they could do with the Last of Us multiplayer project. What would you guys like to see? Leave your comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. I'm actually probably going to go back and play some Last of Us multiplayer because while I was getting my ass kicked, that's for damn sure, it was fun. Surprisingly fun, actually. So, peace out and have a good day.